Hey guys, welcome back to Naki's Nook. I'm Naki, and this is my little corner of the internet where I can talk about anything and everything, right? Is today's episode going to be any special? Probably not, but it is the second episode. I think that's kind of special, right? I would hope so, at least. What are we going to talk about today? That's a good question. It always is. It's a great question. Here at Naki's Nook, we never know what we're going to talk about in a single episode. Last episode, we talked about anime in general. It was a lot of me yapping about why I didn't like certain things and random things like, well, not random, but it was a little bit weird talking about the pandemic and gatekeeping anime and how long I've been watching anime. Yeah, I feel like I didn't really talk about why I like anime. Well, I did. Maybe I talk about the opposite. What anime I like. Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about what anime I like, because I feel like that's important to some degree. Maybe not. We'll see. Dang. See, there's a couple ways I could go about this. I could, when people ask what's my favorite anime, or when I ask people what's their favorite anime, I feel bad, and I'm sure it is a very hard question to answer, because tastes change, right? You watch one thing and then you're like, wow, I really like this more than this other thing that I had previously considered to be my favorite anime or show or whatever, right? And I don't know, I feel like I've done that a lot, and I've watched so many different things that it's kind of been like, every time I've been asked that, I've never known the answer to what's my favorite anime, or what do I really like watching, or what would I watch again. Well, I kind of know what I would watch again, I feel like, but some of that has to do with nostalgia and not it really being one of my favorites. But I don't know. I have a couple anime favorited on my any list favorite section. Let's see what's on here. Can I sort by like favorite? No. Let's see. Ooh. I feel like Code Geass, however you want to say it, is probably one of my favorites of all time, because I always find myself drawn back to it. It's got cool politics, it's got I don't know, cool powers, really interesting mecha designs and how they work, and I love CC. CC's the GOAT. Pizza, they got pizza in there, the Pizza Hut sponsorship, right? It's very like what's the word for it? Oh my god, like hero's journey type of story, where he gets thrust into having powers and, you know, fight for freedom and whatnot, right? I don't know. It's something I would really like to rewatch. I've been forgetting bits and pieces of it because I watched it so long ago, and I don't know. It's just good. Oh my god! It just reminded me of Nunnally. If you've ever watched Code Geass, then you know who Nunnally is. Oh my god. Like, actually probably the worst character ever. Oh my god. Is it Nunnally? Or what is her name? I don't think it's Nunnally. Is it Nunnally? It's not Nunnally. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Who is it? It's Nina, I think. Is it Nina? It starts with an N. The one that has a crush on Euphemia? Euphemia, I think is her name. It's Nina. Oh my god, it's Nina. Oh my god, actually the worst character. Oh my god. That's crazy. I feel bad. I just roasted Nunnally. Not roasted. I just defamed her. I don't remember what Nunnally is really like. She's a pretty important character, but I just keep forgetting. But Nina, oh my god. Actually, it's probably the worst character in the series. That's not even a hot take. That's just you ask anyone who the worst character in Code Geass is, and they're like, yeah, it's Nina. Just hands down, it's Nina. No one even comes close. Not even the actual villains come. Oh, she is arguably a villain, I suppose, in a sense, but not that. The actual villains don't even come close. She's just hateful. Anyways, that went off the rails real quick. Let's go back to to what kind of anime that I really liked watching. Psycho Pass is another one that I will always recommend to people because I like it. It's thought-provoking, it's deep, it has really cool technology with the guns and what are they called? The guns are called something. The enforcers are their buddies. I forgot what the guns are called, but they have these really cool designs, and I don't know, they're just cool, okay? And I don't know, cool futuristic cyber something Japan, right? It's pretty dope. I would definitely recommend it. I don't remember if I watched all the last few movies, to be completely honest. Maybe I'm a fake Psycho Pass fan, but I don't know. I'm forgetting, but it's really good. It's really good. If you again, deep psychological shows, it's literally in the name, detective, cyberpunk stuff. It's really dope. But there is a lot of violence. I won't lie. It's not really for the faint of heart, is what I would say, right? Very dystopian, I believe is the right word. Another dystopian horror psychological thriller, The Promised Neverland. This is way more popular, so I'm kind of hesitant to be oh, I really like it, because on one hand I'm I didn't really have the best time watching it because Um, there was a lot of like gore and um, it was scary. Okay, it's scary. It's a lot of like horror and tension, and it's a thriller for a reason, right? Um, but yeah, like if you like that kind of stuff, it's really good. The second season definitely, I feel like, fell off. I don't know. I just kind of don't really remember too much from the second season, even though it was really hyped up. Because there's not a third season, right? Yeah, there's no third season. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like the second season was a little bit all over the place. Not all over the place. It definitely followed the source material, I think, right? Maybe I didn't. That was the thing that everyone didn't like. But I don't know. I feel like kids fighting for their survival and horror and stuff. I mean, if you just like kids being at a nursery and being taken care of, then you should definitely watch this. And if you like kids just exploring random hole in earth, then you should definitely watch Made in Abyss. It's also definitely not scary and weird and disgusting at times, I swear. I swear. No, but I don't know. It's hard to really recommend Made in Abyss. I like it from a standpoint that it's really original and like, I don't know. It just feels so like it actually has so much tension. I don't know. I really like shows that like build up a lot of tension. There's like stakes to whatever they do, and there's like risk involved. But I don't know. I feel like Made in Abyss gets a bad rep for the author and it being about kids and whatnot. Hard to put that aside, even though I would like to say put that aside and just watch the show for what it is and whatnot, because it's actually pretty good, but there's a lot of questionable things that do go on. I won't gloss over that. I won't sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Whatever the thing is. But there's actually like so much lore and stuff that he made up for it, so it's genuinely kind of interesting. Another show that I feel like kind of went underrated is Babylon. Again, kind of like Psychopaths or ID Invaded. Oh my god, ID Invaded definitely I love more than Babylon, but I don't know. I feel like it didn't really get the recognition that it deserved. Maybe its average score was like 64 something percent. I don't think it really did that well, but I don't know, it was the ending or maybe the opening that went really, really hard. Maybe I'm just coming up with things. Maybe I'm like just making stuff up. Maybe I'm just spreading misinformation on the internet. Who knows? Blood Blockade Battlefront. Goated OG show. When did this come out? 2015? Oh my god, is that OG? Is that OG? I don't think that's OG. That's like, I don't know. It was good, right? It was good. You like weird powers and weird stuff, and like, I don't know, it was good. It reminded me of like Durara and Bungo Stray Dogs. I didn't really watch Bungo Stray Dogs, but yeah, Dorohedoro also, if you really like that. Oh, it's definitely kind of similar to like K. like the Series K. I don't know. Also similar, Dead Mount Death Play is newer, but similar. So if you like those, like then I'd say give it a shot. I really liked it. A lot of people did as well. Let's see here. What else? What else do I have on my favorited list? Ugh. I feel like everyone knows Erased at this point because of how good it is. And if you haven't watched or read Erased, then I would just say go do it, because it's a whole bunch of emotions wrapped up, and just, you know, I would love to rewatch it for the first time and not really know what's going on, but like be so pulled into it. And that would be nice to be able to enjoy that again. If you like detective, like what else is it without giving a spoiler? Damn, I can't give any spoilers. Just go out and watch it or read it. I think there's also like a live action or something. I'm not too sure how good that is or how closely it follows the source material, but just go out and watch it. It's top 21 most popular of all time for a reason, and that's a good reason. So go watch Erased. Just go to Overlord is good. I feel like this is really the show I liked a lot. That was a mix of like isekai and video game reincarnation, whatever, right? There's a lot of different shows that do that. I've said this before. I feel like you got Log Horizon, you got the Slime Isekai, a whole bunch of these. Even if you want to go as far as saying SAO is a kind of an isekai in a sense, sure. But you got a lot of these like video game isekai shows, and I feel like Overlord really did it for me. The first time I watched it, I was generally like, wow, this is good. And there's a lot of world and character building in it, and it gives a lot of different perspectives from the side characters that I feel like other shows of this genre or like that have this trope don't really do as well. And that's a good thing, because you create this world from usually the ground up. Sure, it's kind of in a video game aesthetic, so you don't really need to flesh out the NPCs, but I feel like there's so much potential, especially when in an anime or a manga, to explore these other characters and how they might affect the story. And I feel like Overlord does a good job. Each character has their strengths and faults and quirks. Definitely each character has its quirks, or their quirks, but Um, it's really nice. There's a whole bunch of spin-off stuff that I'm looking at now, or like side stories. Well, I guess it's all of the Isekai Quartet stuff, which you can probably assume what Isekai Quartet is, or if you haven't heard about it, but still. Oh, I don't think I've watched the latest movie. Did I? Oh, no, I did. Did I don't remember. I'll probably have to go back and check that out. 2017, when the movie came out. That can't be right. I probably watched that. Oh, is it the Sacred Kingdom that I didn't watch? Oh. Wait, that came out like September of this year. Oh, okay. I definitely did not watch that. Okay, well, I learned something. Write that down, write that down. Oh, okay. Stars Align. Now, I'll preface this by saying, I think it's preface actually. Anyways, by saying that I don't really like watch a whole lot of sports anime, or yeah, I don't really like watching a whole lot of sports anime. And you're probably thinking, what, you've never watched Haikyuu? Everyone's watched Haikyuu. You've never watched Free or Kuroko no Basket? Kind of, not really. And I don't know. It's a mix of my childhood, although I did play a couple sports, tennis being one of them, and basketball being the other. It wasn't something that I had a lot of passion for, and so that slowly delved into me not really finding ball sports that interesting. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I just I don't think I've given like Haikyuu and Kuroko no Basket and other stuff like that a fair chance at really being like sports anime. And maybe I know Kuroko's no Basket is like super power stuff, borderline or whatever, but you know, not my favorite genre, or a genre that I have a whole lot of watch time in. But of all the sports anime that I have watched, anything that falls into under sports, I think Yuri on Ice and I don't know what else. Does March comes in like a lion really counts as sports? I don't think it does. Anyways, of all the sports anime that I've watched, one that I would really like to recommend that I really enjoyed is Stars Align. You're probably wondering, what is Stars Align? I haven't heard of it. It's a 2019, I don't know what, I guess fall 2019 show about boys soft tennis team. Like it's centered around the boys soft tennis team. What is soft tennis? Is that like, is there a hard tennis? I don't know. It's like a tennis team, right? And I think what they do well is really focusing on the different main characters and even the side characters, and exploring the drama, the backgrounds, and all the things that can come with playing a sport, and figuring out your place. It's like a coming of age tennis teen drama show, and it's definitely also a sports anime, don't get that wrong, but I feel like I really enjoyed it because it wasn't just we got to do competition number 1, competition number 2, we gotta practice for this and practice again, and oh, I got hurt. And it wasn't just the general sports tropes of, oh, I got sick and I can't make it to the it's not a competition, right? It's like a first round, I don't know, whatever, right? Isn't just that, and I feel like that's what made it good. And so if you like drama, what else is it without spoilers? I don't know. It's like a tennis-ish drama, whatever, and it's really good. It's really good. So if you haven't heard of it, go check it out. Maybe you'll like it, and if you do, then that's dope. If you don't, then that's cool too, I suppose. Jeez. What else? For me, it's really hard to enjoy, not enjoy, but say romance, or yeah, like romance genre animes are a favorite of mine, because romance and love and drama are all different things that people experience, and they all tug at your emotions and make you feel all sorts of ways. So inherently, when you have anime like Love and Lies and Just Because, and what is that good movie, Tsukiga Kire, when you have anime like that, it inherently makes you feel like it's good. Now, don't get me wrong, all three of those I just mentioned are good, right? People enjoy them for their reason, but I wouldn't say it's something that is really my favorite. It's like a byproduct, but yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see what else. Ooh, 7DS and Jormungand. 7DS is Seven Deadly Sins. Not the other Seven Deadly Sins, whatever it's called. There's a whole bunch of anime that has like seven deadly, or I think like seven something sins or whatever. But like the most popular one, Seven Deadly Sins, is good. I don't know. I like it because it's original, right? It definitely does take from the demons and angels, humans, balance, like trope, genre, whatever you want to call that. But I don't know. I can't really think of anything that's really similar to it, other than itself. I guess what would really come close is Black Clover, but even then, I feel like they're definitely distinct enough. You have other couple shows like Bleach and damn, what else? What else really has like a good, like, angels, demons, like, thing? I don't know. I can't think. I can't think of one. Yeah. I guess that's why. I guess I kind of proved my point, but yeah, it's really good. I don't know. It's kind of hard to recommend. I feel like the later seasons. What is it? The like. Damn. What season was that? I'll need to do a little bit of. Was it like the fourth season, I believe? I think it was around the fourth season where the animation really started having its problems. It was a pretty big meme of just Meliodas laying there like he was taking a nap, like his proportions were all whack, and it was just like that frame used over a pretty sizable amount of the animation. And the animation suffered a whole lot in other areas as well, but still I feel like the story and the plotline is unique enough. The characters are also unique enough. They all have their own quirks and features, to quote Doug DeMuro, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, very interesting powers, very interesting power dynamics, very, very cool, very cool. So yeah, it's a very, very solid fantasy, beat 'em up kind of show, but it also has a lot of good storytelling to it. Let me close all my 7 Deadly Sins research tabs. Jormungand is very, I want to say, dark. It's very grim and like dirty and very it's very like war, military, whatever. But if you like Black Lagoon also really good. I feel like these shows kind of can go in hand. You'll probably like one or the other, or if you like one of them, you'll probably like the other. But yeah, it's really good. I don't know. It's like child soldiers. How could that be bad? No, but it's more than that, and um, it's really good. Don't really want to spoil it or say anything, but if you like assassins and shooting stuff and guns and cool military like weaponry fights, then this is for you. What else? What else kind of fits that vibe other than Black Lagoon? Oh, Tanya, like Saga of Tanya the Evil. I don't know what the English name or Japanese name is. I don't know. I feel that's like more isekai and World War II than like modern day military stuff. So it's a little bit off. It's really hard to find something similar than Black Lagoon. If you like Black Lagoon, then you'll like it. Or like maybe Cowboy Bebop. It's not really in the same vein. Like that's space and future stuff and whatever. But yeah, like those are all really solid animes that I really like. I have a couple silly ones in here. If you guys have ever heard of Cross Angel Rondo of Angel and Dragon? Is that really what it was called? Jeez, it's a Sunrise production, so it has like all of these tags. Like it's kind of ridiculous. You got dragons, you got like romance, harem, guns, robots, mechas, war, like mechas, and then like super robot, lacrosse. It has a lacrosse tag, I guess. Yeah, it does. It's a shonen like weird silly show. Like there's so many other tags that it like can check off, like maid girls and whatever, probably, if I remember correctly. It's just funny and whack and weird, but it's just great in its own sense. Oh god, what am I thinking of? There's a show that's very similar that's a little bit more popular, I feel like. Not Valorave. Valorave is a very mecha, like very, very different kind of show. I can't think of what it is. I forgot. Anyways, it's a lot. It's a lot of different things, but Crossange is it's funny. It's funny. So, if you want to just take a laugh or take a look and take a laugh at it, then check it out. But it's pretty good. What else? What else that's not just weird and horror that I genuinely enjoy? We have Log Horizon, again, like isekai video game. I really like it. A lot of other people do as well. Check it out. How many episodes was this? 25? Felt a whole lot longer than 25, maybe because it took a little break in the middle to finish it. If you like horror and mystery and psychological and like supernatural stuff, you can't go wrong with Another. It's one of the very few I feel like straight up like horror shows that I've watched. I'm a scaredy cat, and I don't really like blood and gore and stuff. So I have a hard time watching that kind of stuff, but I somehow put myself through Another. The show is called Another, to clarify. It's pretty popular, you've probably heard of it, but yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, then you can't really go wrong with it. It's very similar to like When They Cry or Elfen Light or The Future Diary. When They Cry is Higurashi, right? I don't really know too much about Corpse Party, but also in a similar vein. If you a little bit more okay stuff is similar is obviously Tokyo Ghoul and Erased, yeah, like those two are a little bit more different, but kind of similar. There's a really good show that I really enjoyed. It was called what was it called? I'm forgetting the name. I've watched so much, I'm forgetting the name. What was it called? Let me sort by title. I think I remember the title a little bit. It had a B in the name. This is how you know none of this is scripted, because if it was, then I wouldn't be trying to figure out what kind of anime I like. Oh, Bokurano. Oh my god. This show was not what I thought it was gonna be. Off the bat, this is like tragedy, this is like a death game, and I don't know if it's underrated, but it definitely is. It's very close to something like Neon Genesis Evangelion or what else? What else is it close to? I don't know, but it's about these kids that pilot or control this large robot, like large as in huge, like not just Gundam sized, but maybe like 3 or 4 times the size. It's like a giant like robot alien thing, right? To like defend against alien invasions. And it's dark. It gets really messed up real fast, and I would say just check it out and have your brain kind of melted a little bit. Yeah, it's good. Definitely underrated. I feel like it's from 2007. Damn, this is kind of an OG. Boku no no. Yeah, I only watched it maybe in the last 4 years or so I won't be like, oh, I was there since day one. But definitely one of the good ones that I kind of enjoyed for a different reason that I wasn't expecting to enjoy. So I would suggest it's good. Go check it out. Oh, jeez. There's another one that starts with a B. I think it's like Bahamut. Oh, wait, that reminds me. Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. If you like Attack on Titan, if you liked Demon Slayer, if you liked, really random, underrated anime, but, what is it called? Fire. Oh my god. This is why I shouldn't be in charge of it's not Fire Hunter. If you like Fire Hunter, which you probably also don't even know what that is, but if you liked any of those, then Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. It's a series of it had a TV show followed by like an adaptation, sequel, movies. Great. It's great. If you liked like Attack on Titan and like Demon Slayer, what else? Ooh, Decadence is an interesting recommendation based off of that. But zombie stuff, like, yeah, it's actually amazing. So I would say just check it out. If you don't like it, then I don't know, there's something wrong with you. No, but it's like steampunk zombie. It's got like monsters, and it's kind of like post-apocalyptic. I don't know. It's got like trains, like this train network. It's like a, I don't know. It's very similar, but very different than Attack on Titan. But it invokes those same like it tickles that same part of your brain, I feel like. So everyone knows what Attack on Titan is. So if you like that, then I would say check it out. I really enjoyed it. It's something that I actually like binge watched, and I couldn't get enough of. I still can't. So that definitely goes in my favorites list, I suppose. Ooh, 2 Year Eternity, another one came out kind of recently, I think 2021. Wow. Okay, not recent, but by my standards, that's pretty recent. If you haven't heard of 2 Year Eternity, it's kind of this weird storytelling of this immortal being who takes the forms of others and kind of learns what it is. It's not, you follow it from its creation, not birth, but rather creation, and it's this really emotional story about death and life and immortality and mortality, right? And how things change over time. And it's I want to say kind of like a coming of age story, except not in the traditional sense. And it's a great story. It's very original. And so it really focuses on the relationships from this immortal being to the people that they meet and how they change in relation to him and whatnot. So it's just just as much about the supporting or the side characters, if you can even call them that. They're honestly more like main characters, but it's just it's just as much about them as it is the main character, Fushi. So the first episode will probably make you cry. All the episodes will probably make you cry. It's definitely an emotional series, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who really likes shows about mortality and adventure and fantasy. And yeah, it's really good. I would definitely recommend it. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, I will not lie, but it kind of does go in its own like hall of fame, I feel like. So what else really had an effect on me? World Trigger is something I'm hesitant to say that I really loved. I really enjoyed it. It's supernatural. It's cool tech, cool powers. Kind of reminded me of like a Bleach show or Hunter x Hunter, however you want to call it. And oh brother, this guy stinks. Unscripted dog barking event. What was I saying? Yeah, but it really is an interesting show because it's kind of unique, the plot at least, but I feel like it was just good. It wasn't great, it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't really bad either, and I feel like because of that, it doesn't really get the recognition that it deserves on one hand, but it's also a really long series. I think 73 episodes for the first season, another 12 for the second season, and the sequel is another 14, the third season. I'll be honest, I have not watched the second season or the third season because so the original World Trigger first season came out 2014, ended 2016. I probably watched it 2018, something like that. The second season came out 2021. That's at least 3-year gap in between me watching it, and although I remember parts of it because of how many episodes there were, I didn't really feel like going back and catching up and trying to re-understand what was going on and why I enjoyed it that much. But I would say just take a look. It's definitely unique, has real cool powers, kind of reminds me of something like Bleach or Hunter x Hunter, or maybe even Attack on Titan to a sense, to a degree. But yeah, just give it a shot, maybe. Spread the word. But it's definitely something that had a hold on me back in the day. What else? I'm trying to wrap this up because I've just gushed about a whole lot of anime that I've enjoyed. And you're probably wondering, why have you said like Dragon Ball or Naruto or Tokyo Ghoul? What's another one that everyone just enjoys? Death Note. I don't want to say those are overrated because they're not. They're popular for a reason and people enjoy them because they're good. I don't want to call them my favorite because they're not really my favorite. They're kind of generic in some senses and they don't really stand out to the point where I would like to be like, yeah, this is my favorite, and really be on that wagon and be a ride or die. So unfortunate as it may seem, I don't hate those, but they're not what I would like to recommend, or rather say that I enjoy completely. Again, like Sword Art Online really isn't that bad, but it's not really something I would call my favorite, no matter how popular it is. Let's see. The last two I'd probably say are... Okay. I'm gonna sound kind of like a hypocrite. Welcome to the NHK is really popular, but I feel like not enough people watch it because it doesn't appeal to them as much. It's from 2006, kind of not really old, but in that like 2000 to 2010s anime where the animation and the art has its own distinct feel, but it doesn't look like 1980s, 1990s anime. And it's really, really interesting. There's a really high score. It's like 80% or something. And I don't know. It's funky. It's got that catchy song. It's so funny. But it makes you question a couple things, and It's about like otaku, hikikomori culture, and I don't know if you can really call that culture, but it is what it is, and it's about rehabilitation and Sato being able to do more things and whatever, right? And it's like funky and it's weird and it's its own ball of joy and excitement that I would just say take a shot at. What is it like, similar to Steins Gate maybe? That's pretty solid. Sing Yesterday for me, I really enjoyed. I need to rewatch it, but it's kind of similar. Ooh, very in like kind of like real life, if you know what it is. It's about this guy who like gets to redo his like high school stuff after as a college, one of the two, after being like a shut-in and failure and whatnot. But yeah, kind of similar to Steins Gate, I would say. With a little bit of spice and funk thrown in there, and without the time bending stuff, if I remember correctly. It's also kind of dark at times, so beware. But definitely, if I ever make a list of what shows people should watch in their time on Earth, that's going in there. And this is completely different, completely out of left field, but The Ancient Magus's Bride, I love it. It's weird, and it's romance, and it's fantasy, and it's supernatural, and it's got mythology, which I really love. It's got this tension, this real risk, and like thrill that's looming in the back when you watch it. And it really builds this world. It really develops these different characters and explains their different problems with magic and myth and history and the history they share. And it really does a really good job of world building, and that's why I love it so much. On one hand, it might seem weird coming from a guy to say that I like The Ancient Magus's Bride, especially because it does center around Chise, who is I think she's like 16, 17. She's a girl, and she's this weird mythical creature dude, hundreds of year old creature's bride, right? Fiance, whatever you want to call it. And it's a little bit weird. I won't lie. That relationship dynamic is a little weird at first, but it's very wholesome at times, very funny, very disturbing. It'll have you at the edge of your seat wondering what's going to happen next, and what different characters are going to do. They're all kind of spontaneous in different ways, and it's a really good story about this mythological world that is behind what normal people can see. I don't know what I would call it similar to. It's very different. Maybe maybe something akin to Little Witch Academia in the sense of magic and mystery being in the same universe but behind this veil, kind of like Harry Potter in a sense. Very, very, very similar in that regard. So definitely more dark and tragic than Little Witch Academia, I would say. But off the top of my head, that's kind of the most similar. So, yeah. Would I say all of those are definitely my favorites? Would I say that I left out a lot? Yes. No, I don't know. There's just so much anime that I genuinely love and enjoyed watching, and some of them I forgot a lot about, but the memory and the feelings and the emotions are still there, and how it made me feel when I watched it for the first time. And there's literally hundreds of anime that I've watched now, and it's really hard to distill all of those without feeling like I've left something out or not mentioned one or whatever. So it's hard to say what my favorite is. It's hard to pick just one. It's hard to pick just 20. But hopefully that made you, this episode, this space cast of this podcast or whatever, made you understand what kind of shows that I loved watching and what shows I would kind of recommend. I'll be honest, most of those are not really first time watcher kind of shows that you should pick up. I'll probably make a different episode about that and talk about more entry level anime movies that you should watch, or just genres that you should stick to when you're starting out. There's a wide net, a very large spectrum of anime out there. Some genres, some bands have a lot, and a lot of others have very small different anime that I feel like there's something out there for everyone to watch, something that someone will enjoy even if it's not something that's popular. And so I encourage people to go out there and watch different shows and get acquainted with the different tropes and genres and see what they like, because there really is something out there for you, something that you'll enjoy. Sometimes it's just a one-off OVA that's one episode. Sometimes it's a 300, 400 long series like Naruto, or 1,000 like One Piece. You'll find something that you'll enjoy, and maybe it's one of the ones that I've enjoyed. If you need a recommendation for something to watch, or help finding something, check out the Discord. Let me know. Check out my AnyList or my Mal. You'll probably be able to find the link to those somewhere in the link tree. And thanks for listening and coming around for the second episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this unscripted, all over the place space cast episode. And that's it for Naki's Nook episode 2. I hope you guys had a good day, and see you guys again, hopefully. Goodbye.